I think it's time to do some updates. There's a lot happening and I'm trying to keep it all on track. So I'm having coffee. We're gonna talk it out. I'm gonna keep organized. I'm gonna stay on track, I hope. Thank God I have my coffee.
So grab a hammer and some coffee and let's build our next dream.
Last week, I know you probably saw me on Best Medicine on Fox. I'm laughing because I was on episode 10, and I'll show you this clip.
So, what show are we gonna do today, Elaine?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not doing one. What's the point in more garbage from a garbage person?
What?
I think I need to take a step back and reassess,
Okay.
even though I know how devastating this will be for my fans.
And it was the first appearance of my character, Simon. He's kind of weird. He was actually written as Sick Simon, and he is a public access painter. And he pops up again in episode 13, and he'll be back for season 2. And God knows what they're going to do with me, but he's obsessed with Elaine, so there'll be something going on with that. Anyway, acting aside, there's so much real estate stuff happening. Let's start with this. We are in the finished dining nook of the Hudson Heights, New York apartment. That is finished. Well, the whole apartment's not done, but this room is done, so we'll go room by room when they're done and reveal. So here is the reveal of the dining nook. Now, I talked about this a lot because when, in my first video, this big empty space, I mapped out where the banquette would go. And of course, the biggest feature is this wall mural that looks like an Italian restaurant, but it's not really. It's actually a British countryside. And the mural came from this company called Graham and Brown. They're fantastic. I'm thinking of doing something else in my bathroom, Graham and Brown. So maybe we should, collab on a video. But I loved this mural. I looked at a lot of murals. I'm one of those people who searches online for everything. I search for inspiration. I search for pieces. If I'm looking for lighting fixtures, I'm just like scroll. And I like the hunt of it, whether it's online or in person. I think that's part of the thing that I like the most is the thrill of the find. And when I was in my head, I knew that the wall mural had to look like a painted fresco or hand-painted, faded, something that was always here. Anybody who has seen this in person usually thinks it was here. This is my lot in life, is I renovate an apartment and people come in and they love it. And if they don't really know me and how neurotic I am about renovating, the first thing they say is, so you bought it like this, right? And now my new response is, watch my channel. The banquette. Let's talk about the banquette. This is from Williams-Sonoma. I want to go over some costs because people have been messaging me about money and like, what does it cost for all this? I want to be clear that I started this channel because I really believe you can create beautiful spaces. You can create your inspiration space. I talked about this in this video here. I really should pull that clip out. That's a really good clip about inspiration. Because I think it's so important to look for inspiration. We have this internet thing. We have AI now. You can create almost anything your mind can imagine. And almost every space in my apartment was an inspiration from something else. This was an inspiration photo, and that inspiration photo blew me away. And when I saw it, I was like, I have to have this space. And so I created a version of that inspiration photo, and that's really all we're talking about. Yeah, of course you could copy it exactly, but you have to find out what you loved about that inspiration that caused you to stop and go, oh. And for me, it was the wall mural, it was the warm colors, it was the coziness, it was the banquette. I wanted this nook. And because this room is so odd, it's small, it lends itself to something cozy. And it's actually just a weird square room that most people will just put a square table in the middle. But what makes it extra special is I went against the shape of it and I used round in this space. I did a curved corner banquette. I did a round marble table in here. And I think the coziness of going against that makes you really want to like spend time here. It just feels really warm and inviting. It's really all you can ask for. The cost of the Graham & Brown wall mural. I got a great deal. They were running, I think it was a Labor Day special, and I believe it was like 25% off or 30% off. It was something crazy. And the wall mural cost me maybe $325 for the whole thing. And it's custom. This is measured exactly to these two walls. I thought about going more around, and I was afraid that it would feel like it was too 360, too much of a 360. However, I think if I had to do it again, I think I might do something on that wall. Because I have to put something on that wall. I don't know what it is yet. I don't know. It could have been the mural. I could have run it all the way across. Is it too late? Could I get a piece of a mural? I don't think so. Anyway. It's an evolving thing, renovating. It's evolving. People want it one and done. Not really. The banquette is from Williams-Sonoma. It is in the moss-colored fabric. Swatch was moss. It really matches well with this wall mural, which obviously was what my goal was, and I love it. I love it. This is custom order, this banquette. It is 3 pieces. It is 1 corner curve and 2 single pieces to create the shape. It just fits. It almost didn't fit through the door. It almost was the thing that killed me. When it got delivered, they took it out of the packaging to get it through the front door. And I thought, okay, fine, it's in. But I forgot that there's a doorway to this kitchen area that is even smaller. And I panicked for a couple days, imagining it not fitting. But with the right Tetris shift and taking the door off the hinges, I managed to tilt it and bring it into the room. It was one of those secret panics that I was like not telling anybody about. I was like, okay, there is a world where that banquette won't go, and I'm going to have to put it in the living room, and we're going to just eat in the living room. But it fit. Fix-it tip. Please measure your doorways before you buy large custom-made furniture and make sure it fits from the street all the way up through your elevator, stairways, whatever. If you live in a single family house, make sure it fits through your doors and your bedroom and the stairs. It's really stressful. Banquette costs, it was custom. The banquette was, I got a discount because you can get a designer's discount if it's a trade purchase. I happen to do this for a living. So I got 15, 20% off. I believe it was like $3,000 for this banquette. It will never leave here. This apartment will be sold with the banquette in place. The table is a marble table with a black wood pedestal. I saw a lot of tables. I looked and looked and looked. This one's from Wayfair. It cost about $550, and it is a big table. I thought it was going to be too big, but it's not. It actually fits pretty good. I love the silhouette of this table. I didn't want legs. I wanted something that felt substantial. I think it's different. I think it gives a unique proportion to the table, and it hides because the base is sort of almost like a triangular round base. It hides a lot of what's underneath here. So when you look at the kit, when you walk in, it's not like you're seeing this big empty space under the table, which I did not want to see. This mirror is this beautiful mirror that I have had for a long time. It came from my previous apartment. It fits perfectly in here. And I love the idea of a mirror in here because this reflects back the mural. So when you're sitting on that side of the room and you look, it actually looks like the mural just goes on forever, which is kind of great. The ceiling fixture is that eBay find that I talked about a few videos back. That is an Art Deco original fixture that was, when I saw it, it was green, outlined with little green hand paint. I thought that fit sort of the mood of the space. Now, in hindsight, I could have a bigger light fixture. I think a bigger light fixture could make a bigger statement here, but the wall mural sort of takes center stage here. And I have a floor lamp that I added right here. This is from Wayfair, and it's very inexpensive. I bet you it was $50. And it adds a great amount of cozy lighting that you just kind of need. And it just really creates more coziness. Cozy, cozy. So another challenge was because this banquette is curved in a sort of square room, it gave me this big empty space back here. And I mean, obviously you could put a lamp or a plant or something odd, but I actually didn't want anything, again, sort of like in front of the mural. So I just threw an uplight, an LED uplight back there, which as you get the rest of the tour, you will see there are LED uplights behind every plant, every tree. I kind of love those. Again, layers of lighting that really, really create the warmth, and they create sort of the mood. That overhead light and that white light just doesn't work. So the combination of this $50 floor lamp, a $8 to $10 LED uplight, I have cordless lights, those sort of combination of lighting creates amazing, comfy, warm spaces. And it's a trick that I use in a lot of rooms, layers and different heights of lighting, always avoiding sort of overhead down light because it just doesn't give you warmth. I think maybe I'll live with that ceiling fixture. Maybe there's a better one, a bigger one, a more dramatic one, I don't know. So next week is the big news. So when I started this channel, Fix It Then List It, it came from the idea that I have sold a ton of real estate that needed to be updated before you could put it on the market. Sometimes it's just decorating, but 99% of the time it's a little deeper. It's paint, it's wall coverings, it's hardware, it's floors, it's lighting fixtures, it's kitchen cabinets. Next week, I start a huge project downtown on Bleecker Street in Greenwich Village. And it is a huge one-bedroom apartment that has been a rental for several years. And the owners, they live in Texas, they were not very interested in updating their apartment because of the expense involved. Now, I am usually able to do these kind of makeovers on apartments relatively cheap. I work with a crew that, while they're not the cheapest, their work is good, and usually I can haggle a little bit with the price for the seller. So in convincing the seller that their property had been a rental for several years, it was literally a white box from the 80s that they'd never spent any money on. It really needed updating. It was not going to sell. And worse than that is a lot of sellers feel like their property is worth top dollar no matter what it looks like. Everybody seems to think that I'm $1 million property no matter what the condition looks like. But you are not $1 million property most of the time. In fact, rarely do you walk into an apartment and think, I don't have to do anything. This place is perfect. I really think that's happened to me twice. The one that I just listed at 10 Riverside Boulevard, there's a short video tour of that. I'll put it right here. You can watch that. This apartment is showroom ready. It was designed. It is being sold fully furnished. It is almost $4 million. But this one bedroom apartment downtown, it's probably, honestly, it will probably sell for about $815,000 as is. But if we're allowed to do what I want to do to it, which I think we are, we could probably list it for $950,000. So for an investment of about $15,000 in renovations. Now that's paint on the walls, that is new lighting fixtures, that is updated bathroom vanities and fixtures, medicine cabinets, that is kitchen cabinet upgrades, that is backsplash, that is kitchen hardware. Oh, we're putting a new vinyl flooring in this kitchen for about $15,000, and then we're going to stage it for another $13,000. For that investment of almost about $30,000, I can potentially get them almost $100,000 more for that apartment. Now, all of this is a crapshoot, but an apartment's only going to get what someone's willing to pay for it. That's the market. However, you always want to position your apartments to be in the best possible light as they can. No one wants a tired, hideous apartment that they walk into, they'll pay fair market value for, but then they have to renovate it. It just doesn't work like that. You want to create a space that people walk into, and the minute they open the door, they go, okay, I'm done. This is the place. And so for me, there's a lot of effort in doing that, but the return is tremendous. And I also want to do it for me. I just want to put real estate properties out there on the market that are the best they can be. And that's great for the sellers. It's great for me. It's great for everybody. It just takes that extra effort and steps to prepare and understand how to spend the least amount of money to get the biggest impact. So I'm going to show you a couple pictures of that apartment. We're going to get in there next week, and I will film day one of getting it prepped and ready. And hopefully in about a month, that will go to market at $950. Praying that it all goes well. That is a huge project coming down the pike. I got to go up to Hudson, New York next week. There are more updates up there. I've got to get that ready. It's going to be an Airbnb. I got to get it ready. It's got to get on the market. This property, this room is done. The kitchen's almost done. The outside area is almost done. I'm going to reveal room by room each one. So now you've seen this room. Let me know what you think. It's not for everybody. I love it. And if you don't love it, that's okay. What would you do? And I'm always open for ideas on what I can add to the room. Because, people give me ideas. And I might say they were my ideas, even though you gave them to me. So please like and follow, because there's a lot still to see. And I have another surprise that I spent 2 hours on the phone today with somebody who owns a hotel in Midtown Manhattan. And yeah, something might be happening with a hotel in Midtown Manhattan.